You want me to give it to you? You know, yeah, how much is it? $9,500. Somebody might have $4,500 on, you know, and they doing this right in front of him, and they young, you know, I guess I'm young, and my brother's just looking at this, all these young, beautiful girls coming over.
He just did 15 years in prison.
He looking, you know, at that time, I think he had did 2.5 or something, 3, because he was just up there with me. He was just in Detroit with me.
He got busted with
the money order machine. Money order machine in 02, something like that. Yeah. Yeah, 81, okay, he had just got busted. So he looking at all this right here. And so another time we meet over there, and then I was at one of my houses one day, and my brother showed up. My brother David showed up. And when David came over, he said, hey man, I was just over the house kicking it with Marlo, and he said we treating him like a fucking baby. I said, what you mean? He said that we feeding him peanuts. You know, I said, peanuts? What do you mean by that? You know, I'm trying to catch on with what was going. He's saying that we only getting him $300 and $400 and $500. He said, what you think that we should do about that? I said, well, whatever you need, just tell me. You know, I give it to him. And he said, well, I got 10,000 on me, not right now. I'll take him just 10,000. And then when he spend that 10,000, then you give him the next 10,000.
So was all this money kind of like you grew up in this place, you know, where there's almost no economy. You're super young. What was it like for all you guys? I mean, it's not like you're flying to Europe and so I mean, what were you even doing? Like, you didn't even have you're still eating McDonald's. You on us. Like, you didn't have the type of tastes that you could even spend the money you were even making, right?
Well, I think it came from my background. I was just so happy to be away from that rural area I came from. You know, where I come from, man, I didn't really have any friends. I didn't even interact with a lot of peoples. So when I left, this was just a new world to me altogether.
So,
you know,
I mean, what were you guys? So if you made 100,000 in a day, I mean, like, where did it go?
Just get counted up and stashed. That was the process. You know, wasn't nobody a thief at that time.
You may not know the Chambers brothers, but you will soon. These are 4 guys who turned crack cocaine dealing into a crackerjack business in the Detroit area. Not only that, the most amazing thing about their story is they videotaped it all.
Detroit's drug gangs are known for being ruthless, using young children to sell drugs and threatening anyone who gets in their way.
If you owe us some money, mom and them at home, and you ain't there, we can't find you, your mama go. Money, money, money. We rich, damn it. It's all I ever did to send out in Jackson. $150,000 cash.
The country boys who quickly monopolized Detroit's drug trade were the Chambers brothers. Billy Joe, Larry, Willie Lee, and Otis. They were small-time marijuana dealers who cornered the market in crack cocaine.
It blossomed into a drug distribution network, the largest crack cocaine distribution network ever prosecuted in the United States, operating 200 to 300 crack houses in the city of Detroit, using 400 to 500 employees.
It's not like you gave most of it away. Or just spent it, you know.
Well, we enjoyed ourselves. You know, we was
say that story you just said.
Well, okay. If like even me myself personally, you know, I went and bought a BMW. If someone else liked my BMW, they had a BMW. Then like if someone wanted an IROC, they had IROC. We went and bought 5 Jeeps at one time. It's just the sky was the limit. Anything we want, we got. You know, I guess it just was nothing to me to really talk about. But man, we pulled out of here one time in 27 cars, BMWs, Benzes, and paid for every one of them, cash. When the feds hit one of my houses one time, they ride out with 12 cars of mine. Just took took that many cars from me in one go round up from a car wash that was washing them.
And then you just went and replaced.
Just went and replaced.
See, that's how he was, His guys, that's where the loyalty came in. That's why you hear people telling on us, because he treated us like we was part of the team. You know, you got guys who feed dudes nothing. They got them out there doing everything but don't do nothing. But you coming from an era where it was nothing back then. He had us 15, 16. He bought me my first Jeep, you know, for a birthday. Shit, I ain't never had a car.
Yeah, see, and then see, the lieutenant's payroll was different from the workers. If you worked in the house, say maybe a week, a month, we might pay you $10,000 for working. Now, yeah, $10,000. Yeah. Now a lieutenant that hold them spots down for a month, they might get paid $50,000.
So a guy could get, make a lot of money just sitting in the crack house.
Yes, and
Then when over the years it turned into, here's a $500 sack, give me $400 back, and you make $100.
I never heard of that. That we never did that.
Yep.
Never, ever.
But it became.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. That's the way it is now. You know. In my days, you buy pounds of weed. Now you buy ounces. You buy an ounce of weed and you sell it to your customers and go buy another ounce. So things have been diminished since over the years. Things have just changed dramatically. But back then, that never happened to us. It went all the way until the day I got hammered.
So
when the price was plummeting, were you like?
But when I failed, we was playing 12-5 for a key.
So when from let's say from 84 to 88, were you saying to yourself like, "Wow, this is crazy"? How?
Or you're just, it's all happening so fast, you're not gonna buy me last year. Are you registering like how that the city and society is kind of like, are you saying, damn, this shit we're selling is fucking up Detroit, or not really seeing it like it's all?
Well, I'm gonna tell you, I don't think they took Detroit down until they took me down. When their houses really start ending up being vacant and blue, a lot of things was happening then, but you couldn't truly see it. You know, it was still somewhat, yeah.
Curries went down around the same time as they were kind of.
Yeah, the Curries went first. Hell, and but the Curries
were not March 8th, so you know.
But see, me myself personally, I can't tell you one crack house that they ever had. Now they sold keys.
Didn't they have head spots in it?
They probably did. I'm not saying they didn't, but it was nothing for me to pay in. It was nothing noticeable to me.
Was everything that you did in one certain kind of section?
Well, yeah, we was east side.
Probably, but one particular part of the east side.
No, everywhere, anywhere on the east side.
Almost like a lot of heroin.
You know what? I can't testify to that at all, because the only thing I ever know them doing was marijuana and cocaine. I had no.
What's it feel like to be 23, and did you know you were starting to be, your name was like getting kind of legendary, both in the streets, whether it's with girls, with guys, with the police? I mean, when did you realize that?
Well, you know what? My name.
I realized.
No, I never realized how long.